I say these things and then everyone says I'm so mean. And she's just, honestly, she's a little annoying. No, she's a little annoying, this
Well, I'm
Morgan.
behind. I'm behind on episodes. So I just watched last night. I think I'm 2 episodes behind where they're getting ready to go to Sutton's celebration of Sutton's store. And Kyle is talking about how Morgan will always roast her and she FaceTimed Morgan to get ready. And so I haven't gotten into more scenes with Morgan.
Girl, you're about to see. You remember that girl, Erica Jane, that you know and love so well?
Yeah. Yeah.
Guess what? Erica has re-entered the building.
Yes.
Zen Erica has left the station. Oh, she's talking about right to Denise's face. Well, your oldest daughter's on OnlyFans, and then the episode ends. Well, who makes more money on OnlyFans, you or your daughter? Erica's back. She's back, girl. She's back. She's like, you want to go there? And Denise is like, you're a mean woman. And Erica's like, have you met me? Oh, she's,
Yes.
listen, we all know we can all be Zen. First, I've been Zen too. But then we all have a moment where we just snap and we see red. Miss Jane has seen red. So you're in for a treat.
Okay.
Morgan's in it a little more, but not really. I mean, she's just, I don't want to say Morgan is like a gnat because that is so awful to say about a human being, but she's like a gnat. She annoys me. I can't help it. She annoys me. I think she knows everything that she's doing. I think she's not like, I don't like this whole like, I'm a country hillbilly and I don't know nothing about that Beverly Hills stuff. I'm just making music. And oh, you paparazzi, that's part of the business. I didn't know that when I signed up to go into music. I don't buy it. I don't like the whole like, let me play dumb, but all of a sudden I'm like making headlines. You know what you're doing. And good answer about Dorit that she doesn't know anything about it. Her new song, this 27 Club, which refers to like Amy Winehouse and Kurt Cobain and all
Yeah.
the people that overdosed at 27 in the music business. It references hanging out with the Beverly Hills hottie, the housewife, and going to Chateau Marmont. And she's done these interviews to be like, oh, I've never gone to Chateau Marmont. Well, why are you putting, yes, we all know what that is if you live in LA and it's famous, but why are you then putting it in a song and mentioning the Beverly Hills? She's like, well, I added that last verse. I'm like, you added the last verse because this whole thing blew up and you figured, well, this is going to be good for clicks. I don't know. I think Morgan's a little more aware of her surroundings than we.
And okay, all right. I'm curious what people think, and a lot of people feel like Kyle is madly in love with Morgan, and Morgan is, using this train to, I guess, promote her career. But I don't know. I mean, it's a very fascinating friendship, I guess. And I guess, to me, I think Kyle enjoys, I guess, a friend maybe that makes fun of her because maybe, she's just been in Beverly Hills a long time and everyone is like, Kyle, I love you. I love you. And so maybe it's refreshing to have somebody that's like, bitch, you ain't shit. I mean, that
Is
seems
it,
like
or does she secretly feel superior to this person because she's wealthier, she's more established? Like, is it a little bit of like,
that
does
too.
this make Kyle feel like she's up here, like Kelly Ben Simone, and the other person's down there? I don't know. Dorit's maybe more on your level. I don't know. It's a weird one, right?
It is. It is. Every single week, and I am getting a little bit sick of them. I feel like it's like our friend Sam that joined the podcast who was kind of over. Now I'm sort of getting to be on Team Sam, like the whole Mauricio and everybody following his every move in Aspen. It's like, I don't know, I just am like, I don't care. They're obviously getting divorced and it's sad. We all were like loved them, but yeah, I'm over it. I'm kind of a little getting over it. Them and Kim and Croy.
Over, and we're over Bethany Frankel. So there you go. We're over a lot of things this year.
Yes. I mean, I could take more Garcelle. There's going to be Garcelle Sutton or Garcelle Dorit drama. I could take more of that. I could take
Oh,
more of RHOP drama. I just, and with me, with this, I don't know if people are at this point with the Morgan and Kyle thing, but I'll say this last thing. I'm almost just like, I can't spend any more brain space trying to figure this out. So to me, if they just say they're not together, like I'm like, okay, you're not together. Like I can't theorize anymore about them, if that makes sense.
That makes a
I'm over it.
lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
The one thing I am enjoying, and I do think the breakout star for me is Kristen Tateman. I'm loving Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip New York.
A lot of people are. Yeah, a lot of people are. And I want to ask you something about this because I'm curious what you think. As keep going, tell me about it.
Well, I mean, because like Kristen is like, here's the thing. This is why I find Kristen to be so interesting because she really was off the show for, and I know her in real life, like she was off the show for all these years. She moved from New York to California. So like she's really good friends with Brandy Glanville, but like she really went and had to, like, she's made her money by being an influencer online. Now, whether that's a real job or not, we know that you make money with clicks, and this is what
Yeah.
you and I do. So she's really had this career. So it's like, I find it interesting that other than Luann has a real career. Her fucking show makes a ton of money. We're going to talk about that because we're going. It's a real job. Luann sells out these theaters month after month, year after year. It's still going. So this is a real, what are these other women to me are too connected to it. Not Kelly Bensimon, but we'll get into her in a second. So I think Kristen coming in really being the one that's been the out, like she walked away from this. She hasn't been sitting, she was on my podcast, but she hasn't been sitting around talking about Housewives for years. So I find it interesting. She has this unique perspective. So it's things like when she goes up against Dorinda and she's like, honey, you were paused, I was fired. We're both sitting here. It's the same damn thing. And Dorinda's like, I was paused, you were fired. Kristen's like, we were both let go. What's the difference? But the like recent episode, I don't know which episode it was, where like the girls are talking about their lives and like, they're talking about their job. Like their job is being a housewife. And Kristen's like, in her confessional, she's like, the show is over, ladies. Get a job. Just like, what job? Like, she's pointing out that this is just a bunch of women in denial. Like, Roni is canceled. We have Sai De Silva. We have Jenna Lyons. We have Brynn Whitfield. Your job has been taken away. So, like, Luann has this thing, but and so the rest of them are like, our job. And Kristen's like, well, what job? You lost your job. Wake up. It's really funny.
What do you make of Luann falling off the wagon for filming Girls Trip?
I mean, listen, how
At
can
least
I
she's
say this?
honest.
How can I say this? I don't even know what to say because Luann is a friend and she's very loyal to this show. I just feel, look, there are certain people. Look, I mean, who am I to talk about sobriety, right? I just think there are certain people that are sober, and never can have a drink. And I think there are other people that have this sliding scale, which now everyone who's in the program is going to say to me, that's not the case. You can never drink. But I mean, Luann is, so it doesn't, just knowing Luann